Namaste. I'm Spirit, and this is a series called Deleted Ancestral History on 4x4 Cherokee Indian. That's the fourth part of my ancestry. So, let's get started. Okay, God can handle it. The Lord is the one who will go before you. He will be with you. He will not leave you or forsake you. Do not be afraid or discouraged. Deuteronomy book 31, uh, chapter 8. Every human life is a tapestry of events, some grand, some not so grand, and some downright disheartening. When we reach the mountaintops of life, praising God is easy. In our moments of triumph, we trust God's plans. But when the storm clouds form overhead and we find ourselves in the dark valley of despair, our faith is stretched. Yes, it is. Sometimes to the breaking point. Yet we take comfort. Whenever we find ourselves, whether at the top of the mountain or the depths of the valley, God is there. And because He cares for us, we can live courageously. You can call upon our Creator in our hour of need and find comfort. Whatever your challenge, whatever your trouble, God can handle it, and He will. Our future may look fearfully intimidating, yet we can look up to the engineer of the universe, confident that nothing escapes His attention or slips out of control of those strong hands. Elizabeth Elliot. Okay, I'm going to try to get this light right because it's giving me a red color. Okay, all right. Okay, I think it's better. I don't know. Shoot. Okay, let's see here. All right. The origins of Cherokee Indian. Originally located in southwestern United States and parts of Alabama, Tennessee, North Carolina. The Cherokee Nation was forced to relocate to Indian Territory, which was called Trail of Tears, present day Oklahoma, in 1838 after gold was discovered in the homelands. Let's see. Genetic origins. Scots, other Europeans. Among the Cherokee Indian in the 18th century, the traders and British government agents dealing with southern tribes in general, and the Cherokee in particular, were nearly all of Scottish ancestry, with many documented as being from the Highlands. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Myths and origins. The Cherokee conceived of the earth a great island floating in a sea of water, suspended at each of the four cardinal points by a cord hanging down from the sky vault, When the world grows old and worn out, the people will die and the cords will break and let the earth sink down into the ocean, and all will be water again. We begin in water and return to water. That's what the Cherokee Nation believe. Many, the DNA, many Georgia and South Carolina creeks carry a trace of Mayan DNA. The Cherokees, whose roots were in the vicinity of Murphy and Hayesville, North Carolina, often carry the Mayan DNA. So you see within my research, you see how the connection is. I also not only carry the Mayan DNA from Mexico, from the Mayan Indians, but also the Cherokee Nation. And if you look on the map, you will see that these are closely connected on the map. And you will see how I come to get my multi-generational ethnicity the same way with uh, Mali and Israel. So you see it, it's all connected. And you all can do the same research. Get your DNA and research those parts where it says you come from. And you will get the connection and understand it like I do. And I'm still learning. Okay, so Mayan Indian, Cherokee Indian, uh, uh, Jewish, uh, Welsh, which is European. Okay. The Trails of Tears, which I mentioned previously, was a forced displacement of approximately 60,000 people of 5 civilized tribes between 1830 and 1850, and the additional thousands of Native Americans within that were ethnically cleansed by the U.S. government. That makes me sick. Okay. It started 1831. The location was southeastern U.S. The end date was 1850. Uh, I have a map here somewhere. Uh, let me see. Okay, let's see. Uh, I can show you. That's awful. Trail of Tears. Okay, map. Okay. Ah, there we go. All right. Let's see. Okay, I believe that red is the Trail of Tears. Okay, this is the map. Okay, which my ancestors had to follow. It's the red part. Okay, and that was a long way, long, long, long. And let's see here, and it went through. Uh, let's see here. I got it written down here. And the cause for this was the Indian Removal Act signed by President Andrew Jackson. And the deaths total were 13,200 to 16,700. And the motive was, get this, acquisition of Native Americans' land east of Mississippi River, anti-Native, obviously, anti-Native American racism. Perpetrators, U.S. federal government, U.S. Army, and the state militias. They traveled across 9 states, which included Alabama, Arkansas, Georgia, Illinois, Kentucky, Missouri, North Carolina, Oklahoma, and Tennessee. 50,045 miles overland and water. And the major 5 trials that had to go, that went on this transverse, was my ancestors, Cherokee, Creek, Chickasaw, Choctaw, and Seminole. Oh my God. And now I will give you some of the survivors' words. I will read you. Okay. The migration and testimony of the survivors. And okay, let's see here. What is uh, okay, relatives map, relatives survivor. Okay, let's see here. Here it is. Okay, there it is. Okay, this is from let's see, Job Alexander. Okay, let's see here. Job Alexander. May 3rd, 1938, Jesse S. Bell, investigator, Indian pioneer History, S 149, an interview with Job Alexander, Proctor, Oklahoma. This is a survivor. And he said, I am a full blood Cherokee Indian born in Going Lake District, Indian Territory, Cherokee Nation. March the 10th, 1854, and raised there. My father, Dunn Ev Nall Alexander, was born in Georgia and was driven west during the immigration. All the Indians were gathered up or rounded up by federal, this is difficult, soldiers and put in pens and guarded until ready for the move. They were gathered up by the clans and left their gardens and crops and some of the old homes of the Cherokee are still standing in Georgia. The last group that was rounded up revolted. The leader gave the signal to revolt, and all turned on the guards and took their guns away and murdered the guards. And they made hideaways in the mountains. That is why the Indians are back in North Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia. They never left or found or hunted much. Okay, let's see. The next one I will read. That's not so long. Is this one. Solomon Corns, August the 20th, 1837. Joe Southern interviewer, Indian Pioneer History. An interview with Solomon Corns of Bentley, Oklahoma, a full-blood Choctaw Indian, as to the disposition of the shipment or removal of Mississippi Choctaws at Atoka, Indian Territory, age 57 years of age. Solomon Corns, a native full-blood Choctaw Indian who lives near Bentley, Oklahoma, born September 27, 1880, states in 1898 Congress under the treaty made with the Choctaw and Chickasaw passed an act allowing all Mississippi Choctaw Indians that remained in all other states to move into the Chickasaw country and reside for 1 year. Under this agreement, they were allowed to allot and have equal rights as to the allotment of lands as the Choctaw and Chickasaw Nation. In 1903, there were about 450 Choctaws under the supervision of the United States Indian Agency, established at Muskogee. The Mississippi Choctaws were loaded into boxcars in the state of Mississippi and shipped to and unloaded at Atoka under the supervision of W.H. Angel as supervisor, Leon Hartkins as field superintendent, and Peter Maytubby as Choctaw Indian Police. These Mississippi Choctaws were unloaded and established in camps 3 miles southwest of Atoka near what is known as the Marion Brown Spring. Gosh, this camp was established in August 1903 for the purpose of locating these Mississippi Indians on their homestead allotment in and around what is now Atoka County. The expense for food at this camp and other expenses were defrayed by the United States Indian Department located Muskogee, Muskogee, Oklahoma. Leon Hawkins, as field supervisor, would take heads of these families and drive out over the country and show them different lands that were unallotted for the purpose of helping them make decisions from among the different locations as to their homestead allotted. Oh gosh. The camp was kept intact for 4 months as those different heads of families made decisions of where they want, want to allot. They were supplied with a tent, crosscut saw, axe, wedges, hoes, and other tools. Also, 30 days of groceries, and they moved out on their homestead allotments near some some spring or large stream of water where they could undertake to clear or horse and build houses on these lands for purpose of establishing permanent homes there. These are the words of some of the survivors. This is very difficult uh, for me because these were and is my ancestors. In summation, as more and more research is brought to light, it is very understandable how I and my daughter become multi-ethnic, and I love my ancestral history, but I am deeply saddened by what has happened to and did happen to all my ancestors. So this is very hard for me to believe this is. This makes me sick to my stomach, to be honest. So let me see here. Now, okay, this is empowerment questions. Okay, and this is the question: what is my mission in life? My mission in life and my destiny is from God. Is to educate and nurture people. Uh, that way, it will help them to get spirituality and ask God for wisdom, which in turn will give them a better life and to help them and uh, people around them and in their family that they meet. So I will say thank you. Take care of yourself and each other. And please remember to pass it on. Until next time, thank you. Namaste. Tomorrow I will give you the status of my appointment today. But for right now, I need to rest and relax and to take this negative energy, deep breathe out of my body because that history is terrible. Good night.